This is my review of the Bob Ross Paint by Numbers kit. These are about, what, $10 at Blick's? Something like that. So this is what they give you. You get some little canvases. Get an easel. Get an easel like this, a little easel. And you get some canvases with no paint on them. And here's the first one I did. And here's the second one I did. If you can see, there's silver, or gold dust in there actually from a whole other project. So it's very luminescent. But you don't want to breathe it if you can avoid it, for obvious reasons, because it'll probably kill you. But you know, for whatever that's worth. So here's what we got. I'm working on this one now. Looks like this. And you have the little numbers here that you can compare to the canvas you're already working on. Now this one, I was a little baffled by this. They're showing a dark, see, that's a gray, a dark gray. And I have a problem for that for the trees. That bugs me. So I'm not going to do dark gray. I'm going to do my own green. In this case, I have the sap green hue from acrylic, from Blick's, I guess it must have been. Or you could do Jenkins green or whatever green you want, and they're having you do a gray. So I figure what I'll do is I'll do a gray on top of the tree that I'm working on here, so that you get the highlights. And I like this kind of brush. They give you a brush, but of course, you know, it's nothing to write home about. So I like this little angle brush. Something like this. But this is what they give you in the kit, which is a little bit too hard for my taste. A little short thing. So if you have big hands, this may not be the brush for you. You get these little canisters, which again is all well and good, but I ran out of white pretty quickly, so I bought I had some of this in the house, which was nice. Titanium white. And let's see. So you get a brown, green, red. There was a yellow, of course, blue. And so I'm gonna, you know, just kind of, I don't want it too clean because, you know, highlights, there's real highlights in nature. So if you make it too clean, it looks weird, and I don't like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of dabbing a little bit. See this part here? With the tip of the brush or the edge of the brush. You can always go over it again if you want. I'm going to just hit this tip here. And I'm going to leave where the tree trunk is so I don't forget. Here in the middle. I'm going to leave that so I can get it later. So it'll be, so I don't forget that it's there. Because if I paint over it, I'm never going to find it again. And I'm just kind of, you know, a smart thing to do is to put your elbows on the table so that you're secure when you're doing this, because they're really small. And I'm looking over my glasses and it's hard to see. But the good news is, like, you know, like Bob used to say all the time, you can always go ahead and modify it a little bit if you don't like it. In the case of oil paint, you know, so I just put a little tip on the tree because there wasn't one in the picture. You can always modify it. In an oil paint, you get like a week. So, at least in the Midwest, you know. So you get like a week to play games with it if you want to. And there is Susan out there. Susan's got some things to say. Coming in? Are you coming in too? Come on. Go that way, please. Thank you. So I'm going to try to just kind of, you know, like I said, just kind of tip, 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 you know, kind of thing like that. Thank you. And I just go and get the very tip with this very tip end. Excuse me. It's hard to see where I am at here. The tip of the brush, because if you go and do this, you know, put big globs of paint on there, you're gonna have big globs on your little canvas here, and that's not gonna do. So I'm just kind of tip, 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 you know, kind of like a dog's tail when they're, you know, when they're wagging a little bit. That's what you want. Tip, 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 tip. Again, you don't want, I don't think you want it too clean or the paint to be too mixed, because, you know, that's not reality in nature. There's lots of different colors, and the more colors you deal with in your little thing here, the more natural it's going to look. I personally wouldn't want that, you know, very paint by numbery look. That's not for me. So I wind up modifying, because, you know, if that's what I like, I should be able to do that, because it's my world and I can do what I want. So this is where we're at right now. Still wet, but lucky for us, water soluble. And, you know, it's no big deal. You don't have as much time to play games with this kind of paint, though. With oil paint, like I said, you have a week, at least in the Midwest. I'm imagining in certain other places that are not as humid, especially at this time of the year, then you don't have as much time to play games. But you still have quite a bit of time. Well, at any rate, this is how it's coming along. Take your time. You know, what I do is I just do like 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And anything that I have left over paint-wise is going to wind up on another canvas, because I really hate wasting paint. So do the dark stuff on the bottom, the darker color on the bottom. That's your first coat. And then you're going to highlight with the lighter stuff. So that's all I have to say about that. So far, like I said, not all the Ross products are... Would you stop? You're making me crazy. Not all the Ross products are perfect. I have another example here. Let's see. So this was a gift. This is the Bob Ross mug. And as you can see that? It's chipping. This was a $15 mug. It was a gift, right? And I'll demonstrate it in another video. But I really like this one, and I hate to just, you know, throw it away. But it says, you know, don't microwave it. It says don't machine wash. I don't even own a dishwasher. And don't soak it. Okay, pretty self-explanatory instructions, which I had no problems following. But I've had other ones like this before, and when you put the coffee in there, the hot tea or whatever, then the painting comes out, which is really cool. But like I said, I didn't soak it, I didn't put it in the microwave, I didn't scrub it, and that's what I got after about a month and a half. So, you know, so that's, you know, that their quality control is not 100% perfect, and it should be a lot better considering. At any rate, that's all I have to say about this for right now. So I will do my best to get back and continue showing my progress. This is what we got right now. Because I don't like a very uniform, you know, the way it is in the picture. The picture looks like this. It would make things very uniform, and that would make me crazy. So it looks more like the original picture at the top than the painting by numbers part. Thank you for watching, and come back again soon. Don't forget to subscribe.